Greetings and welcome to Pickled Watermelon Rinds, a guilty pleasure podcast featuring Antie Joan and Ontie, providing our zesty and marginally mature take on current events, pop culture, and trends. Now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hello, Antie Joan.
Hi, Auntie.
How are you today?
Oh, well, if you want to talk about me, I
do.
got the gout.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it hurts, but I'll survive. What's going on with you?
Well, how does one get the gout and what do you do for it?
I don't know. There's just too much drinking, which
Too
I
much
don't
alcohol?
do. Yeah, which I don't do.
Would you lay off the booze, Auntie Joan? Goodness. I thought
I
we
guess
talked
red-
about this.
I guess red meat and or maybe shellfish. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Huh.
Not drinking enough water, which I have to watch anyway. I can't
Mhm.
drink too much water.
Mm-hmm. You'll never come out of the bathroom if you drink the more water.
So anyway,
So what do you have to do for
it
it?
passes. It passes.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. So
Okay. No ointments or anything you put on?
no.
Okay.
Although I have seen videos where podiatrists will go in and cut out the crystals that, group up in between the joints there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But but most of the time it just passes. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So what up with you, sister?
Goodness gracious me, oh my. I'm back from the big city.
All righty.
I was in New York. Went with Hasey and her daughter to celebrate her daughter's high school graduation.
Oh my.
We had a lot of fun. We went to Central Park Zoo. We went to dinner at
Wow.
the boathouse.
Oh my.
We went and saw, well, I'll get to that. I'm not going to get into that one yet. We
You probably went to some of my favorite art museums, like the Museum of Modern Art. And...
No.
No.
The only
Oh.
museum we went to was the Broadway Museum, which was
Ooh.
awesome. It's only been open for about a year. They asked us to help spread the word, so I'm helping spread the word. Those
Alrighty
people
then.
out there, if you get an opportunity to go to NYC, I highly recommend the Broadway Museum. It is 3 floors filled of history of all things Broadway. They've got some costumes. They've got write-ups about things. They got old playbills. They've got old pictures from the very first Broadway plays, and it is quite interesting. It's a self-guided tour. It takes anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. I think we were just a little over an hour for ourselves going through that, and it was quite interesting. Hasey's daughter had suggested going there, and it was really, really good. Yeah.
Do you happen to remember if you saw the Hello Dolly dress?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember, honest. It was probably there, but I don't.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure. And we went to Hudson Yards, which is just a big mall, folks. So I couldn't remember why Auntie Bethy and I didn't go to Hudson Yards last year when we were in NYC. And then as soon as I walked in, I'm like, oh, right, this is why. But we ended up leaving there and going to Russ and Daughters, and I had probably the best everything bagel with tofu schmear on it. That was unbelievable, delicious. And that's because I was getting hangry because we couldn't find a bagel place inside Hudson Yards. And Hasey sensed my hangriness and said, let's go find you a bagel place. And we just stumbled across it. I'd never been there before. Hasey had never been there before. And can't say enough about it. It is a proper Jewish deli. And it is quite delicious. Highly recommend. Very close to Hudson Yards. Then we went and saw the vest. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And they toasted the bagel?
Oh, yes.
And then did they put like garlic and onion and stuff like that in the tofu, or?
It was a garden style or vegetable style, I guess I should say. Yes.
Yeah, like I like to get from
Yes.
Moe's.
Yes. Yes, it was quite delicious. And Hasey got lox and cream cheese, and
Mm,
her daughter got I can't remember what kind of bagel she got, and you would think I would have paid attention because I love me some bagels, people,
mm-hmm.
with just plain
Mm-hmm.
cream cheese, and everybody was very happy with what we got. And then we walked over to the vessel, which you can't go in yet because too many people committed suicide when it opened. So
What vessel?
it's a sculpture. You can walk on it. It's very close to Hudson Yards. It's very pretty. If you look it up online, there's lots of pictures of it on there. But it was open
Oh,
to the outside as you walked up, and people would go to the top and boop, jump off.
oh my gosh.
And quite a few. I forget the number, but it was more than you would think.
Wow. Wow.
So they are currently putting up some mesh wiring to prevent that
Oh my
situation going
gosh.
forward.
Wow.
I don't think Auntie Bethy and I could go on it. No, we didn't. We didn't go on it either. It's been closed for almost at least a year, if not longer. I don't know. And it wasn't open for very long before they had to close it.
Boy, oh, wow.
Yeah, it's no joke. Oh, we went to, I forgot what it was called, City Winery right on the Hudson. And it was very pretty. Beautiful day. That was a beautiful day. We sat outside and ate, met a friend. And then we just walked around. Went out to a wonderful pizza place for dinner, Vito's, kind of in the 36th and 8th Avenue area-ish. And I forget the exact address, but anyway, you can post a link to it. Really good pizza. They had vegan pizza for me, but the nice floppy New York style pizza that I have not had in many, many moons. So that was really good. But the piece de resistance was the Italian ice. OMG. Hasty and I both got the coconut flavor. It was unbelievable. We both got small. Well, I bought them and I got her a small. And she's like, why'd you get me a small? I'm like, all right. So we finished that promptly. And I'm like, you want another one? She's like, yep. I'm like, okay. So I went and got us another one. And her daughter got a lemon flavored. And she said it was very, very tart, wonderful. She likes that kind of stuff. That was a nice surprise. Didn't expect. It was soft. It was weird. It wasn't the Italian ice I was expecting. I thought we'd have to scrape the ice, and all that. But no, it was delicious. But then Wednesday was the day that I got to see Seth Meyers in person at his show. So I got to watch his show live and in person, and I could barely contain myself.
Was it cool being there in the audience?
Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool. It was a well-oiled machine. Seth was 100% gracious with the audience. He came out and talked to us before the show. He came out and talked to us in between the two guests, and the two guests were amazing, and you just never know. You kind of luck out with this stuff. And it was Amy Poehler and Stephen Merchant. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better show if we tried.
Wow, you got a good
We
one.
really did. And he was adorable as always. And I was completely starstruck. And I'm all talk, people. I'm all talk. He came out and asked if anybody had any questions for him. And I just sat there all buttoned up like I had no thoughts running through my head other than just drooling over the fact that I was not too far away from my man, Seth Meyers. So that was awesome. And then I went to a wonderful vegan restaurant afterwards and had, oh my God, it's one of my favorite restaurants. It's called Willow, and that is in the Chelsea area. And it is delicious. I started that you don't have to, but one of their known dishes is the truffle mac and cheese. This is, again, 100% vegan. It is so good. And then I got their version of a vegan steak, and that was almost like a pot roast consistency. And to me, it tasted like meat, but I also haven't had meat in 7.5 years. So I don't know. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it doesn't, but to me it did. And then I just got a little thing of ice cream afterwards and a couple glasses of Prosecco to wash it all down, folks.
Oh, awesome.
Not going to lie. Hey,
Yeah.
C and I, our drink was the Aperol Spritz throughout the trip, but I just got regular old Prosecco at this place. But anyway, yes, so that was wonderful. Then we went to Philly for a couple of days and ate our way through Philly.
Did you have Philly cheesecake or cheesesteak sandwich? No, you
I
wouldn't
did have a
had
vegan
that.
one. Yes, I did. I
Ah.
did. It was just average. I've had vegan cheesesteak before, and it wasn't that good. But their bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich that I had for breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheese, all in quotes, folks, was quite good. Definitely worth it on a nice everything bagel. Yes, that was nice. But Hasty and her daughter really enjoy the Amish cookies and go to town and get a bunch of Amish cookies. And yes,
They
so
got
that was fun.
Amish working out there.
I guess. I don't know. This was at Reading Terminal Market. So that
Oh
was,
yeah, Pennsylvania. Yeah, of course.
yeah. So it has the whole place is just booths of food. It was great.
Oh,
That we did
who
go
needs
see
me?
the Liberty Bell. Who cares? I mean, it's a good part of history. Don't get me wrong. I'm not poo-pooing history, but at the same time, it's a bell with a crack in it. I mean, honestly.
And is it very big? Is it a big bell or just
It's about the size you would think it would be.
okay?
I don't know how else to describe it. I wasn't like, wow, it's so much bigger than I, had in my head. Nah, it was about what I had imagined. No big deal. And we did a hop on, hop off sightseeing kind of thing. We ate in for dinner and played cards. So the last night was kind of really low key and stuff. But yes, New York City, I'm happy I went. It was hot. It was really hot in Philadelphia that last day. That's another reason why we decided to stay in after the whole Liberty Bell and hop on, hop off stuff.
Was there a lot of humidity too?
Not in Philly, but
Oh.
when we left New York, it was very humid that morning for sure. Ick. Ick. Oh yeah, we went to Ellen Stardust. I almost forgot about that in New York City. Ellen Stardust Diner, and that was where they actually sing show tunes. All the wait staff sings show tunes the entire time. It's loud, but the food was good and the entertainment was good. And yes, so if you get a chance, I highly recommend that as well. All in all, really, really good trip.
It sounds like you had a good time.
Yeah, but I think I'm
Especially-
good on NYC for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, seeing Seth,
Oh God, I tell you what, I could barely contain myself. It was difficult for me, folks.
as she primps her hair. And,
I did.
yeah.
I just pricked my hair because I'm just thinking about him. No, it's because my hair is still wet from the shower I took, and
Now,
poor Auntie
I
Joan
need-
has to see it.
Oh, yeah, but mine, forget it. Let me ask you this about
Yes.
the New York bagels.
Yes.
Are
Oh,
they
so
crispy on the outside
Yes.
or are
not
they're not?
crispy? Yeah, I don't know how to describe. I mean, if you get them toasted, they're going to be crispier. That's for sure.
Well, there was a thing on the Nextdoor app for our
Mhm.
neighborhood,
Mhm.
and somebody was saying that they had found the best New York style bagels
Where?
in Boulder.
Where?
Okay. Well, I don't remember the name of it now, but and I've been wanting to go just because. Well, I did go, and I tried. I got to get these bagels. They were soft.
No.
They were soft
No.
all around.
That's not a New York style bagel. I don't know who's
Well,
telling you that.
I didn't think so, but
Nope,
man, there were people
wrong,
saying,
fail.
"Oh yeah, no." Ted, they kept saying they were
Fail.
New York bagels,
Fail.
and I always thought Moe's was more New York style with the
Correct.
crispy or
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
the fresh,
Yes.
so like
Yes.
fresh bread,
Softer
with
on the
crust,
inside,
crusty,
but crusty
yes.
on the outside.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
That is a
yeah,
New York style
yeah.
bagel. So yeah,
Yeah.
because they tried saying that there's a place in Netherlands they called Decent Bagels, and yeah, right there, and like they got me twice. I will never go back. I don't think that they're truly New York style bagels. I think they're not super far off. They're not super soft or anything like that, but they're not. New York has it down. They just do. They are known for it. Stop trying to compare yourselves to that. Just say you'd make a bagel. But I got the tofu cream cheese. No, I'm sorry. I got the vegan cream cheese last time. I got it the first time too. I'll explain why I never should have gone back the second time. Somebody had made it that clearly doesn't know how to make things vegan. And I get that. I mean, they're not a vegan restaurant. I totally understand that. But if you don't know how to do it, buy it.
Yeah.
Just buy it and be done. They clearly made it with some nut base. I'm going to go on a limb and say it was cashew, and they didn't soak the cashews. It had bits of nut in it. And I'm like, that's not, no. And again, if you don't know how to do it, just buy it. There's so many brands out there now,
That are
or
good.
ask a vegan to make it for you. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but it was bad. So that was the second time. The first time I went, I was just sticker shocked. They charge a hell of a lot more for a bagel and cream cheese up in Netherlands. Colorado than they do in New York. It was ridiculously priced.
gosh.
I think I walked out of there the first time paying $7.50 for a bagel and vegan cream cheese, and I'm like, no,
Wow.
should be half this price, half.
Wow.
So they're really proud of their bagels. They try and say that they're competitive with New York on pricing because people have called them out on it. They do sell sandwiches too, like bacon, egg, and cheese and that kind of stuff. I, of course, never had those, so I can't comment on it. But I do not think Decent Bagels is a viable option to New York. I think they're a bagel place and the only one that's in Netherlands, so sure, okay. But stop trying to compare yourself to New York because you ain't even close.
Yeah. I hears ya.
So there you have it. So yes, whoever told you that a soft bagel was New York style,
No, they didn't tell me
I
personally.
know they
It
sold
was on
next
next
door.
door. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's a big no.
But it's been a while since I was in New York City,
Yes.
so
Oh,
you know.
how
I
you
thought
remember
my-
them is how they still are.
Okay. And their pizzas. Ray's Pizza.
Didn't go to Ray's, but I did have their other. Like I said, Vito's was very, very tasty, so I was happy with what I got.
I keep waiting for them to ship.
So there is somebody on Facebook, and I forgot what it's called. I want to say it's called like the New York Bagel Company or something like that. Does ship what they call New York style bagels, but you can only get them. I think the lowest you can get is a dozen. Of course, you'd have to freeze them or whatever. And
Yeah,
I've been
no,
looking at them, but I just,
Yeah.
considering I haven't tried it, I don't know how it's going to be, and I'm just like, I don't
No,
know.
I was thinking Ray's Pizza.
Oh, you want
would
Ray's
ship.
Pizza to ship
Yeah,
to you?
yeah. Because Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
there's all kinds of pizzas and hot dogs and stuff like that are shipping from Chicago.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I've done it.
okay.
I
Okay.
s- I even get their hot dogs sometimes.
Oh,
But yeah, I'd love to try their pizza.
yeah.
Ray's. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's been, oh my gosh, 1975.
Was the last time you were in NYC?
No, it was the last time I think I had Ray's Pizza.
Okay.
And I bet it
Okay.
hasn't changed.
I bet it hasn't. I bet it
25.
hasn't.
Oh my gosh, 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You don't
Yeah,
mess
Nico,
with what's
honey.
good, man. You just
I
keep
know.
it going.
I know.
Gotta
If
keep
it
it
ain't
going.
broke, don't fix it.
So, Auntie Joan, what you been up
Yes.
to?
Well, shortly after you left for New York City, I was babysitting Mr. Killian.
Yes, my angel boy.
Yes, he's such a good boy.
Aw.
Yes, he is so good that when we go to bed now, I'm a night owl, but he'll go and he'll lay on his bed at the foot of my bed and he will lie there until my alarm goes off.
Such a good little man.
Yeah, he'll just lay there but once the alarm goes off,
Mm-hmm.
he likes to howl to make sure that I get my lazy ass out of bed and get him up and get him serviced.
That's
Get him
right. No snoozing for Auntie Joan when Killian's on the case.
Get him outside and get him fed and yeah. So it's been warm here
Mm-hmm.
and I sleep with my bedroom windows open when it's
Mhm.
warm like that. The alarm goes off and Mr. Killian starts howling. Okay, so I get up. I take him towards the door to let him outside and the phone rings. And I look and I see it's my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, oh, well, I'll get Killian taken care of and then I'll, call them back. So Killian goes out, he gets, relieves himself, comes in, I feed him, and the phone rings again. So I pick it up and I say, because I see it's them, my neighbors, and I say, oh, did you just call, Ruth? She says, yes. Do you have a dog at your house or is there somebody visiting or are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And they said, well, we heard this strange noise coming from your bedroom. And they couldn't tell if I was calling out for help or asking, calling out someone's name. And they were worried. So they thought I had fallen and couldn't get up. So,
No, bow chicka bow wow.
so and they said, and
Auntie
they
Joan
said
was
that,
entertaining.
Yeah, well, they didn't even think of that. At my age, that's not where it goes. They think, "Oh my gosh, what happened to her?" Um, but you said Otto was trying to get closer to the window to see if he could make out, what I was saying, and it was
Oh my
just,
God, that's awesome.
oh, so it was. I just had to laugh, and this story I thought was so funny. I sent it out to a whole bunch of people because it. And then I wrapped it up with the sad part is one that I'm at an age where people think it's a possibility that I would be in medical distress, which, that can happen at many ages, but
Hmm.
still, that's where a lot of people's mind first goes. And second, no thought was given to the possibility that I might be having a good time, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, so yeah, Killian caused quite a commotion here.
I guess so.
And his friends weren't here. I don't
Aw,
know where they went,
aw,
but he
it's all
did get
right.
to see Kirk next door for a little bit. So,
Captain Kirk.
yes, yes. He's such
Awesome.
a good boy, that Killian, I tell you.
I think I'll keep him.
I would. I would. He has no expectations of me. I have no expectations of him. So, we're a good match.
He's up here right now, completely passed out on the floor under the
Oh, hi,
fan.
Mr.
He can't
Killian.
hear you. I'm wearing headphones.
Oh. Oh, yeah, and the last time you took him off so he could hear it, he kind of bolted, didn't he?
Remember
He
his
got
eyes
nervous.
bulged out of his head like, what's that? That's Antie Joan. She's really loud. Yes,
Yeah, so
indeed.
that was my excitement while you were down there having fun.
Well, thank you for watching The Beast. He always enjoys his time with Auntie Joan.
Oh, and so do I.
And I
So
just
do
love
I.
that I don't have to worry about him at all when I'm gone because I know he's in good hands with Auntie Joan.
Well, I don't know. You might wanna.
Oh, come on.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
and oh, on The View,
Mm-hmm.
this was mentioned. I watch The View every day, and I had seen it mentioned elsewhere on the internets.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Kardashian's daughter,
Mm.
Northwest,
Mm-hmm.
appeared in a professional type production of The Lion King out in
Mm-hmm.
California somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And this was mentioned by a couple people whose children had also auditioned for the role.
Mm-hmm.
And they had one of them in particular had said, I mean, there had been a couple callbacks and they were getting pretty psyched about, the possibility of maybe being in this thing. And in walks Kim Kardashian with North. Well, guess who got the role? It was Northwest got the role. Now,
Nepotism.
yes, now, I don't want to criticize a child
I'll do
for
it.
going.
She was terrible. She has no singing voice. She cannot sing at all. Her parents did not take her to actual singing lessons before this, and she was
Well,
atrocious. There you
but
go.
she's Northwest. I mean, she's Kim's daughter. And what's his name? Kanye's.
Hmm.
She must be good. Well, like I say, this was a professional production.
Mm-hmm.
It's, if a kid with her level of talent does it in a school production or a neighborhood, let's put on a show type thing, fine. More credit to him. But you don't go and take over for really talented kids who had gone through the whole routine
Yep.
to audition and to
Yep.
train, and it's just ridiculous. And when I watched that, I mean, it Google Northwest and the Lion King, and you'll see it's a big production.
We'll include the link in our
Okay.
write up. But yeah, I agree. I think that there was likely much more talented, better
Oh,
singers
absolutely.
that also auditioned. They went with the name. Unfortunately, but honestly, when you had sent me the link, I didn't know who the hell Northwest was. I'm like, what is this?
Mm.
And even when I, pulled up the link on the YouTube machine, I think, um, I still didn't know who it was. I'm like, who the hell is Northwest? I had to type it into the Google.
Mm.
And the Google, oh, it's like, oh,
I think
them.
I think the reason that I can remember her or focus on her as well as I do is because she was born about the same time my oldest granddaughter was, Ayla.
Mm.
And I just remember thinking from day one, Ayla was so much prettier than Northwest. And I don't think I have to worry about Kim or North listening to this. And like I say, I hate to criticize. She's a child. She's entitled to do what she wants and stuff. Don't take the star from other kids who have been working so hard to get there.
Right.
You know?
Agree.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Now we're to the part of our program where we talk about what we are watching. Auntie Joan, what you watching?
Oh, I was thrilled to see The Outlaws was back for season 3.
Love that show.
Oh, I do too. And your buddy that you saw on Seth was on, Stephen Merchant.
He is so fun. I love him. Anything he's ever been in, I am just awestruck as to how funny and talented he is.
Him and his roommate, and him
Oh,
trying to run his lawyer firm out of
mm-hmm,
his apartment with his
mm-hmm,
crazy
mm-hmm,
lady Gabriella.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a hoot. Him. Yeah, and
Did you know, which I learned at the Seth Meyers show when Stephen Merchant was there, that couple that was on his laptop was his real parents.
I think I did. I saw the show. I watched the Seth show
Oh,
when
did you
you were
trying to
there.
see
Yes.
me?
Yes, I did.
I was not on, folks.
They didn't show the audience at all.
No.
But yeah, I didn't catch that though, I have to
Hmm.
admit. I mean, I remember something about his parents. Oh yeah, because then they mentioned something about all the noise that was going on with Lady Gabriella in the background. So yeah, yeah. That was neat that he was able to incorporate his parents in that.
Yes, they originally had speaking parts, but he cut them.
That's right.
But he said not because they did a bad job or anything. It was just for time. It was just a timing thing. Because Stephen Merchant is the creator of The Outlaws as well
Yeah,
as acting
yeah.
in it. So, yes,
He's so good in that.
I love him. I just
And
do.
then I also love Jessica Gunning, who
Oh,
plays
yes.
police, citizen
Parole
police.
officer,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
whatever. Yeah.
Community service officer.
Yes, yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh,
She's so good in that.
she's so good in everything.
Yeah, she's so funny in it
Yes.
that when I saw Baby Reindeer and I saw that she was like the female lead character in it, I thought, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be funny.
It
Well,
was
I was
not,
wrong.
folks.
It was not funny at
It's
all.
very serious, very sad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she was good in it too.
Yes. Yeah, she
But
did bring some levity to certain scenes,
uh-huh,
but
uh-huh.
it got dark fast.
Yeah, yeah. The one thing I missed about it, the third season of Outlaws,
Mm,
The Outlaws, is we didn't see enough of Christopher Walken.
we sure didn't. One little scene in one little episode. That made me
Yes.
very sad.
Yes.
Because honestly, he's the one that drew me in from the beginning. When I first saw it come out, I was like, Christopher Walken's in something? So that first came out, 2021 was the first season. And I was like, what is this? And then I thought, well, it's got Christopher Walken and it's going to be good. And it was.
Yeah, yeah. The first season, I think, was the best all
Yeah,
around.
I agree.
I think some of that was just getting to know the characters and their quirks and
Yeah. And their backstories and how they got there and all that. Yeah, I agree.
and they were really working on, was it the community center, cleaning it up and stuff.
Yes.
And since season 1, they've gone more to other plots that,
Yes.
I mean, they're interesting and everything, but it's just not the same as that first season.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think it's done now. It seemed like the end of season 3 was a wrap up. I think. I didn't look it up to see if they're coming back for another season, but my opinion was they wrapped it up nicely. I don't know where they take it for another season. They still might. Who knows?
They could get involved in another drug thing or
Yeah. It just seemed that everybody kind of ended up where they were supposed to be at the end of season 3. But who knows? I'll watch it. If it comes back, I'll watch it.
oh yeah, I will too. Yeah.
So,
Just for those characters, Jessica
yes.
and Steven.
Agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
I really love Darren Boyd as well. He's been in, oh gosh, I should look it up because I don't.
Oh, well, let me do that here.
Oh,
Dirk and Gently. Oh, that's one of my favorite shows too.
searching. Oh, do I have the wrong person? Oh my God, have I
Uh,
this entire time thought it was a different person? That's
I don't
hysterical.
know.
Absolutely, that is absolutely correct. I had the
Well, I
wrong
wonder.
person. I was wondering, like, I didn't know he was English. I think
I
it's a
wonder.
different person. Now I gotta find the right person, the person I was thinking of. The hell was he in? Ah, jeez, jeez, Louise.
Hmm,
Um,
that happens to some of us, you know.
Raising Hope. Raising Hope cast. I thought he was. That's funny. I thought he was Garrett Dillahunt. Well, that makes more sense now because I'm like, God, I did not know he was English because he's not.
Oh, but you know what? I can see why.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. The entire time I've watched The Outlaws, I was like, oh, I just love seeing this guy. He's one of my favorites. He's so funny.
Oh,
Oh my God. That's hysterical.
yeah, they do look alike.
Okay. I'm not, I mean, I'm losing it for sure, but
Well, he was still good and you still enjoyed
I
him.
did. I did. Just it was a different actor altogether. Well,
I
there you
never
have it.
watched Raising Hope.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, so good.
Mm.
So good. Darren Boyd, you could be Garrett Dillenhart, but and vice versa, guys. So I don't know if you're twins separated at birth or what the deal is, but you
Hmm.
look very similar to me.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well, so that was good to see. And like I say, I still think that the first season was the best for me. But
I agree. And the lead character, Rhianne Barretto, who plays Ronnie Rakowski, she got on my nerves quite a bit. Really hated the way that season 2 ended. She was kind of an asshole.
remind me.
She was leaving on the train with her,
Oh, yes,
and then she got off
yes.
the train
Yeah,
and it went away with him still on it, and she just waved to
yeah,
him from outside. She basically, that's how she dumped him. It was
yeah.
terrible. So her character wasn't my favorite, that's for sure. I would have to say I mean, I wish Christopher Walken was in it more because he would have hands down been my favorite character, at least season 3. But Stephen Merchant, hands down. I just love that guy. And I do really like Jessica Gunning as well. I agree. I think she's a very good actress and she's so damn funny in this. Ugh,
Yeah,
so
she's
good.
like Britain's answer to Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah. She thinks everybody wants her.
Yes. Especially
Oh,
her trainee.
oh my God. He just fuels her fantasy world. It's so funny. I did like the introduction of him. I thought he was a good cast addition.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
thought I didn't see that one coming, and I was like, "Oh my God, he's awesome." Acted like she was like beauty queen or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I mean,
yeah.
she's a pretty woman and all, but at the same time, she's not all that in a bag of chips. And he was acting like she actually was, and it was so funny. Just well done. I thought they all did a really good job.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
So keep them coming if you can, but if not, I hears you. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we're to the part of our program where we discuss commercials we have to talk about. And
What you got?
this week, we're going to talk about Uber Eats Handshake. So look it up on the YouTubes, kids. We'll have a link to it in our little write-up for the episode. But honestly, I didn't know what the hell the point of this commercial was. I
Me
didn't get it.
either.
I'm like, you guys can get a visual here with me chatting about it. But basically, an Uber Eats guy gets to this outdoor barbecue with a bag of stuff that has Uber Eats on the paper bag. And the guy who's grilling turns to say, "Oh, thanks, good to see you," and he puts his hand out to shake the guy's hand. And for some reason, the Uber Eats guy looks perplexed and then slowly bows his head and kisses the grill master's hand. And then they go back to, "Okay, well, come on in and enjoy it. Grab something." And it goes back to normal. I'm like, did I miss something? I had to
Uh-huh,
rewatch it like
uh-huh.
3 times. I'm like, I feel like I've missed something. Is the grill master guy a personality that I don't know, like a celebrity that I don't know? And maybe that kissing the hand thing is a thing that they do. I don't know. So I had to look it up. because I was very confused by this commercial.
Well, I'm glad you did. What'd you find out?
So, according to Commercial Junkie, basically that we often forget things, the most mundane, basic things. And that's where Uber Eats comes in as you are preparing for a party or something and you forget, to buy ketchup or you forget to buy some alcohol or whatever. You can call Uber Eats and they will help you get over your forgetfulness. So what they're trying to portray in the Handshake is that the Uber Eats guy forgot basic greeting skills. So he didn't know how to respond. He forgot how to respond when the guy stuck his hand out to shake his hand. He didn't know what to do with that. So rather than doing nothing, he kissed the guy's hand. That's at least Commercial Junkie's take on this. And I was like, well, it's at least something because I had nothing before that. Terrible commercial. Terrible commercial.
I agree with you.
When
100%.
you got to look shit up, that means the advertising department did not do their job, in my opinion. But I will say they have us talking about it. So
exactly.
They at least got that out of us.
And you remembered the name of the company that they were advertising. Uber Eats.
Yes. There are times when I do walk away baffled from a commercial that I don't even remember the product name. I'm just so like, what the hell was that? But at least you're right. This time I knew it was Uber Eats. I still didn't get it. And I had to look up from Commercial Junkie as to what the hell this commercial had to do with anything. So
when I saw it, I thought maybe they weren't sure if he was a guest or if he was making a delivery. Even with the bag with the name on it, it's still, I don't know. I was perplexed as you were.
Yes. Is a very confusing commercial.
Yeah.
And I think the subtlety of the forgetfulness was lost. On me, at least. Sounds like maybe Antie Joan as well, and possibly others out there. So
that went completely over my head. But then again, maybe their demographic is a generation that would get that. But I don't
maybe
know.
Gen Z, while they're sitting in their parents' basement, would get this. I don't know. But,
getting ready to go upstairs and ask for a ride somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, they probably didn't even know what Uber Eats is because they just asked mom and dad to go get their shit.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Pretty good life, eh?
I tell you what. Yeah, so that was a confusing one. I think if the guy who stuck out his hand, the guy grilling, turned around and said, "Oh, you got everything that we forgot. That's great. Thank you." And then stuck out his hand, maybe the connection would have. I don't know. I might not have gotten it even with that. I'm just trying to. There were no cues.
Right.
That were given because I was like, "Oh, he must be a celebrity," and I looked it up. I'm like, "Nah, no." I mean, I certainly didn't know who he was, but I'm like, that doesn't mean anything these days. I don't know.
No, it sure doesn't. Ever watch the Grammy Awards? Yeah.
Because I know, we're on commercials and, there's a Gillette commercial with these two guys. I'm like, who the hell are, it's a father-son thing. Apparently they're YouTubers or some kind of influencers. I don't know. And they do their spiel on the Gillette commercial. I'm like, who the hell, am I supposed to know who these people are? I have no idea who you are. And I think I looked it up or somebody told me, maybe somebody told me, I don't remember. And I was like, oh, never heard of them. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I don't even watch the Grammy Awards anymore because I don't know any of them.
Nope, I hear you.
And I could really be old school and say, and most of the time it ain't even music. It's that hippity hop stuff.
Oh, you like hip hop. You remember.
Well, I like some hip hop. Like 50 Cent. And I like Eminem.
Oh, okay.
I've always liked Eminem.
He's a bit of a whiner for me.
Oh.
I like some of his songs.
His daughter got married. Did you know that?
I did not. I do not follow him.
Yes.
I see.
Well, it came across in my news feed thing. Yeah.
I think Antie Joan got that information from going to see Eminem in concert, and and she was moshing with everybody.
You have it confused with McHammer.
Oh.
Yeah, those were the days.
All right, Auntie Joan, anything else you wanted to bring up with our listener?
I don't think so. I think we've pretty much covered anything I had to say.
We talked a lot about Seth Meyers and
yes,
the show,
well,
so that makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Puts a smile on my face.
Sweet dreams.
Oh, indeed. All right, then. That wraps up yet another wonderful episode of Pickled Watermelon Rinds. We thank you for listening. This is
Thank
Auntie
you.
signing off.
And Auntie Joan saying bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. We thank you for listening. And remember, when life eats away at your core, make pickled watermelon rinds.